This is gonna be trade recap for Thursday morning. Um, Today was a pretty good day. I took a win on the day. I actually took two wins on the day on two different accounts. So to start the day off, um, we're going the higher time frames. Overnight, it um, pumped up a lot. So my buys for the day, it was kind of in the middle because we did pump a lot and we had swept a lot of liquidity to the left, and I didn't really know if market was ready to go up and take all of this yet. So coming into the day, I was kind of neutral, right? But I saw pre-market, it was just pumping, 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 and as soon as 9:30 hit, we get this really big candle to the upside, right? Probably faking people, and I can't go on a lower time from here. I took this on another brokerage platform, which I could go into the second intervals. But on the 30-second, it was a nice fair value gap right here, which I did take. It looks something like this. I had my stops like halfway here. I ended up taking this and ended up passing some funded accounts that I was trying to pass for a while. Um, and here, since I had a like pretty big stop loss compared to what my stop loss usually is, I was targeting the middle of this range, right? So remember how I was talking about equilibrium? Well, equilibrium sometimes can be used just as a retracement to go further up. In this case, it just destroyed equilibrium here, right? It didn't use it as a retracement. But I did set my take profit to equilibrium. So this was the trade I took on those accounts I was trying to pass. I wouldn't have taken this on my main account because I don't normally like taking 30 seconds on my live account. But this is why I took it on this one. I ended up hitting it, and after this, I was kind of just waiting to see. This big move down showed a lot of bearish momentum, right? Because if it just disrespects equilibrium and all those gaps to the left, that's usually a very bearish sign. So at this point, um, you can say I was kind of looking for shorts, but I mean, we got nothing off this retracement up. We did get this 2 minute, but it's not that obvious, and um, it had just broken this 5 minute to the upside. No, this 3 minute, yeah. And I wasn't just comfortable taking that. And then by the time it got down here, it was already too low in the range, right? So if you zoom out, you normally don't want to be taking trades when it's right in this area, right? Where it's just in this very low area that it's clearly bounced up on once it reaches it. Uh, so now my target after these big moves up was liquidity to the left, and that was previous London session. So we had London equal lows here. You could even call this triple equal lows. So we had a very obvious point of liquidity that the market wanted to take out, right? So if the market had taken this out and then didn't move to the upside, then I'd be bullish. And as you can see, it did do that. Let me turn this off. Once it did sweep it, it did rally up, but there was no entry here, right? If there was a nice entry here, I definitely would have entered because I like this sweep and this recovery, but there was no entry. So I'm not going to go against my rules. I didn't enter, even though it did go up. There was no fair value gaps for me to enter off of. And luckily, it did want to keep going back down. So once I saw it dip below that liquidity point again, then I started looking for this time. Hopefully, I got a fair value gap that I could take to the move to the upside, and I did on the 2 minute. So here on the 2 minute, I got this gap. I was able to take this. It's pretty obvious for a value gap. And I like this V-shaped recovery, right? I like that this candle closed it in one candle. It was a strong close. So I entered here at large stop loss, but that was because my target was also very high up. This was still a 3 RR, which is insanely good. But as you can see, enter there, coming to drawdown for a little bit, but it's fine. I was just not doing anything. If it hit my stop loss, I hit my stop loss, and then it ended up working out nicely. My break even point for this trade was, it was kind of hard to say because we didn't really have any internal highs, since this move down was just pretty fast. It didn't create any highs. So I was just kind of watching reactions off these fair value gaps, right? If it reacts very bearish, then that's when I put my stop to break even. But it ended up hitting my TP pretty cleanly. I didn't take any partials or take profits here. This was just one trade. And yeah, those were the two trades of the day. Today was a pretty good day, actually. A lot of volatility. But as you could see, market came down, swept these, and then big rally move up. So, I mean, that's normally what you want to be looking for coming in the day. And as soon as I did that, passed those accounts, and then took that trade on my live account, completely done for the day and off the charts. What's really important is I've come to notice too, as soon as you're done trading, you're done trading, right? It's like you clock out. Whenever you go to a job, like whenever, let's say you work, once you clock out, right? Let's say you clock out like 5 p.m. Can't just go back at 8 and be like, hey, I want to work more. I want more hours. That's not how it works, right? You're scheduled for the next day. Your work for that day is done. You can't just go back and demand for more hours and more work and more pay. That's not how it works. And you need to be trading the same way. Once you're done trading, you're done. Like once that your session's over, however long you trade, whether that be 3-4 hours, from 8 to 11:30, whatever it is. Once that session is over, you have no reason to keep looking at the charts. You keep looking at the charts, it's just going to give you more incentive to overtrade and break your rules, right? So there's literally no point for you to be thinking about the stock market once your job is finished. You need to forget that it exists once you're done trading. Then the next day, then that's when you come back and do what you need to do. But you need to keep trading like that. And that's something I've been struggling with, and that's why I want to share it to you guys. Normally, like, for example, if I'm done for the day, for the rest of the day, I keep looking at the charts, right? And I see setups that like look so good, and I would enter and they end up working out, right? But I shouldn't care because I'm done trading for the day. So it's like I shouldn't care if those setups do work out or play out, because it's not part of my strategy. It's not part of my rules. So yeah, hopefully you guys understand why I took these two trades, and hopefully what I just said helps you out a little bit if you are struggling with that. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in Friday morning's trade recap.